Good night, Shabbos Yisrael. Hope all are well and stay so. Mazel tov, the answer, Dr. Kenny Simkis, upon the bris of grandson Gavriel Or, born to Stephanie and Michael Osborne in Efrat, Israel. May Andrew and Kenny continue to experience nachas, the kiddush, and good health from their growing family. This Shabbos, we resume Parak on the Long after a long hiatus. 6 o'clock this Shabbos afternoon at the home of Liz and Dr. Jeff Stewart, 9 Woodcrest Road, 6 o'clock. Topic: Achieving Happiness. The Ralbag notes a common thread, a common theme that appears in Parshas Bahar. A number of halachos that relate to the importance of always having a chance, of there always being hope, and never being in a position that is hopeless. For example, the Ralbag explains the idea of Yovel, which in the Jubilee year, Yom Kippur, so all the slaves are freed, and property goes back to its original owner. The rationale for this halacha, the Ralbag explains, is in order to facilitate hope, that a person should never think, I'm going to be this way forever. I'm stuck as a slave. There's never a chance of getting out. Now, if you last till Yovel, you'll get out. Or a person has been forced to sell all his property, never going to get it back. Eventually, it's going to come back. And so, too, the Ralbag explains that the prohibition of interest, of ribbis, the prohibition of charging ribbis, is a person is down on his luck, has to borrow money. So now on top of that, he's going to have to pay interest. He'll never get out of his mess. At least give him a chance. He could pay back a reasonable amount of money, not without the interest, and maybe have a chance of getting back on his feet. The isser of interest, of ribbis, allows a person to maintain hope. The story of Rabbi Akiva's 12,000 pairs of students, his 24,000 students, of course, related to Lag BaOmer this past Thursday, describes the deaths of those 12,000 students, 24,000 students, that somehow on some level did not behave respectfully towards one another. What's not emphasized is the Gemara's description of Rabbi Akiva's response to this tragedy. He lost 24,000 students. His life's work has disappeared in a matter of weeks. Everything he built towards, everything he gave his life towards, has completely disappeared. No more Talmidim, all 24,000 finished. Rabbi Akiva could have been sad, could have been morose, could have been depressed, and it would have been quite understandable. He's an older man at this point, and he's put in enough work. It is what it is. And yet the Gemara tells us Rabbi Akiva did not give up hope, but rather Rabbi Akiva went south, and he acquired 5 more students whose names are quite famous. Number 1, Rabbi Meir, Rabbi Yehuda, Rabbi Yossi, Rabbi Elazar ben Shamua, and Rabbi Shimon. These were the 5 students, and says the Gemara, Heim Shemidu Tara. These 5 were the ones who ultimately made the difference, not the first 24,000, but the last 5. Because Rabbi Akiva didn't give up. He could have given up, would have made sense, but Rabbi Akiva pushed, and ultimately his efforts bore fruit. The Gemara in Elam Mitzias, Gemara that we've learned with our children, our grandchildren, of Yeyo Shalom Das, describing specific halachos regarding lost objects. The owner, they've been lost. The owner is not aware they've been lost, but when he is, would he to be aware, he would give up hope. So the Kotzker Rebbe, as is his wont, picks up on the phrase Yeyo Shalom Das, that Yeyo, hopelessness, giving up hope, is always Shalom Das, is always, you got to be out of your mind. It's Shalom Das, because as long as a person is alive, as long as a person wants to be hopeful, there's always a chance. And giving up is Shalom Das. A Jew, if nothing else, is always hopeful. Never give up. Have a great Shabbos.